Hey guys, how are you today? I'm coming back on here to show you how to do the tongue on this beautiful Converse slipper. I kind of have one that I took apart, but right now this is the part we're going to be working on. You need your white. What I have is Mainstay. That's the brand I have here, in purple and in white. You have to have a hook size eye for this pattern, that is, a pair of scissors, and of course a yarn needle. Okay, this is the part we're going to work on right now. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a chain 2, 1, 2, and in the second chain we're going to do 4 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now do not attach it together, leave it just like how it is. Now we're going to turn your work. What you're going to do is you're going to, oops, I gotta do the fourth one. You're going to do chain 1, and then you're going to turn. Now you're going to do 2 single crochets in each of the 4 chains. So it'll be a total of 8 single crochets. There's 6. Oops. 7 and 8. Now turn. Now you're going to chain 1. Now you're going to repeat this pattern. It's going to be single, then 2 single crochets, then single again. Okay, I'll show it to you. We're going to first chain, we're going to do a single crochet. Second chain, we're going to do 2 single crochets. The third chain, single. Next, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. In the next chain, a single crochet. The next, 2 single crochets in the next chain. Next chain, do a single crochet. And now the last chain, you do 2 single crochets. Feel free to write in the comments below to let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Chain 1. Now we're going to turn back and go the other direction. Now we're going to do a single crochet in the same stitch right there. In the next chain we'll do single crochet. Next chain we'll do 2 single crochets. We're going to do that increase. Next chain, single crochet. Next chain, single crochet. And the next chain is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Then single crochet, single crochet. Then the next chain, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And you repeat this until the end of the round. Now your last chain should be 2 single crochets. Chain 1. I'll turn back the other way. Now you're going to do a single crochet in each chain, which a total of 18 single crochets. 12. I guess I don't know how to count. It's 16 single crochets. Sorry about that, ladies. Now, do a chain 1. Now you're going to go across the top, all the way across here. Okay, give or take on how you do your crocheting, you should be having at least 12 single crochets. Just do the best you can to try to make it even. Okay, once you're done this round, you'll go ahead and do a chain 1, and then turn it around and do a slip stitch, and then a slip stitch again, and leave a little bit of a tail to weave in. Okay, and there you have it. Now you're going to take the purple. You slip knot it onto the hook, which again is on an eye hook. Oops, excuse me. Personally, I take it and I just make a single crochet on there. I don't slip stitch it. I just single crochet it on. And go all the way across, which will equal to 12 single crochets. Okay, as you can see here, it's 12 single crochets all the way across. Chain 1 and turn your work. And repeat the same thing. Single crochet all the way across. Okay, and you'll repeat this process for 15 more rows, or a total of 15 rows, excuse me. And the final measurement should be 3.5 inches long. If you want to have it a little bit longer, that's entirely up to you. But that's what I did for this pattern, was 3.5 inches long. Just continue to keep going back and forth by turning your work. Last year when I started making these Converse slippers, I had a lot of fun, Had to do a lot of research, a whole lot of research, on trying to get sole patterns. Now that I remember about that from last year, I'm like, okay, well, let me do something about that. Let's do some research and see what the measurements would be for a child's foot. Of course, for adults too. And I came across through Google, and they told me the measurements of a child's foot, ages 1 to 3. So that's the focus that I'm doing right now, is for ages 1 to 3. Every child is different. They grow in spurts. So of course, they're gonna have different measurements on their feet. So for this shoe that I made here for the sole pattern, it measures 6.5 to 6 3/4 inches. The child's foot is. So hopefully this will work for whoever you're making this for. So and like I say, you continue doing this until you get 15 rounds total, doing single crochet in each chain. Okay, I'm measuring this real quick. I was hoping that it would be the 3.5 inches long that I want it to be, but it appears that it's only 2.5 inches. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right now we're only at 2.5 inches. If I can get this to work correctly. I'll tell you, this lighting is really something else. Oops, I already did a chain one. What am I doing here? Okay, basically it's going to be 3.5 inches. Okay, 3.5 inches. Okay, we just slip stitch. Uh-oh, excuse me. And leave just a little bit of a tail so you can go ahead and sew in to the top up here. Pull it through. Okay, underneath all of this, let me see if I can find a needle. Well, luckily I have another one over here. Oh, I see it over there. Anyways, just take it. Oops. And then we sew in to the top. Okay, now we take a fairly lengthy piece of white yarn. So this way you can hand sew into the shoe itself. And as you can see, part of it is kind of undone here. That's how I did the sides. And how I did this was I took some scrap yarn that I had and just kind of helped secure it so it won't move by putting it right here on this side. I'll show you here. By taking this little end piece right here and then this piece right here. I think I have a picture showing on the pattern itself to where to put in the piece, and then I just knot it one time so it keeps it in place. Okay, now you take the piece of yarn that you cut and you hand sew in the tongue to the shoe itself. By starting on the other side as best as you can, try to keep it in line. I always leave a little bit of a piece so this way I can take my needle and hand sew it in a decent amount. And I just go into each on all four chains, the 2 on top and the 2 on the bottom. Don't pull too tight right now because it's going to wind up pulling all the way through, which you don't want that to happen, because you want to be able to weave that in, because if you cut it short it's going to unfix, and you don't want to do that. Now see if you can do it now without pulling it through, and see it moved. So now just unfix it, go to the next 4 chains, as you're going along. Just basically try to pull it tight, but not too tight where it's unfixing. I don't know why I keep coming off camera. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, basically that's what you do all the way to the end, and then you can unfix it, this piece right here, and then weave in the 2 ends, and there you have it. Alright, well, I can't find that finished product, but anyways, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you soon. Alrighty, bye bye.